money and he give her what he got. That's the way I am, MC Breed cannot be different. Never change the ways for the world or the government. If I was the president, then I would state facts. You leave it up to me, I paint the White House black and ain't no future in your front. There ain't no future in your front.
First pitch is moments away at Turner Field. It's the Mets and the Braves, and it comes your way next. Now from 755, Hank Aaron Drive. A look at Turner Field here in Atlanta. Tonight, the second of three to start the week between the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves. Welcome in, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here to bring you this early season matchup. Alongside me are Major League veterans Steve Lyons and Eric Karros. And Steve, let's talk about the two starters that take the baseball here tonight.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of guys here that aren't afraid to challenge you at the plate. They're not afraid to let you put the ball in play and let their fielders make the plays behind them. That should make for a pretty good matchup.
More from the guys as this one goes along, but first, let's have a look at the starting lineup for the visiting New York Mets as Terry Collins sets his guys up like this. And there you see the starting pitcher they'll match up against as you look at his numbers on the right side of your screen. Jose Reyes will stand in. Swung on and missed 3-2.
Boys, that's 99 right through him.
And this is fouled back and out of play. And he lays off ball 4. That's exactly what you want your leadoff man to do, work the count and get on base.
And now after the leadoff walk, you definitely have to be careful of Reyes over there at first. I mean, they could very well decide to send him on his way.
Daniel Murphy will stand in now, and he'll likely have a look down to third to see if anything's up here with nobody out. Reyes holding. Here's the pitch. Hit hard toward the right side. And this is right by Freeman down the line. It's a fair ball. Throw comes back in quickly, so they're at first and second now with nobody out.
Well, he's been a little slow out of the blocks here to start the season, but that looks a little better there as this is a sharp base hit.
Michael Kadire will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. No lead to speak of at second. Here's the pitch. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
And that's a pitch he needs to get working here in this first inning. You can solve a few problems here if that pitch comes around.
And this is swung on and missed by Kadire as he's retired one away.
With the first two guys of the inning on base, that's a big strikeout there on their number 3 hitter. They'll probably get 3 or 4 more shots at it before this game's over, but he might not get a better RBI opportunity than that one.
Jay Bruce will stand in for the first time now, coming off a 3-hit contest in the loss last night. And And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. And there's a swing and a miss by Bruce as he set down on strikes, 2 away.
Well, you know, you really hate to see this first inning opportunity slip away, especially with 2 guys on and your cleanup hitter up there. But now it's going to take a 2-out hit from your number 5 guy to put a crooked number on the board.
Lucas Duda will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Reyes leads from second. Here's the pitch. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
And you get the sense that he's starting to figure things out. He lets the first 2 men of the inning reach. Now he's settled down, and he's close to getting out of this thing with a 0.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. Fouled straight back. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Wow, what an at-bat he's having right now. He's fought off some tough pitches. He's laid off a few pitches like that one. And now he's worked his way back to a 3-2 count.
That pitch misses for ball 4. So some intrigue now as the bases are loaded here with 2 away.
That's the second walk he's allowed here in the first inning. And I have a feeling if you ask his manager, he's going to say that that's way too many already. You can't go giving away base runners or you're going to find yourself in a big hole early on.
David Wright will take his cuts now with a big opportunity to give his club the lead here. Swing and a miss as all he could do was reach out in vain for that one, and the side is retired. A couple of walks, but no damage. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Now the starting lineup for the host Atlanta Braves. They'll go to work against a guy once involved in a deadline deal for Carlos Beltran, the electric right-hander Zach Wheeler. And in the field, we see the Mets will line up this way. Ender Inciarte will stand in to start things out, with his guys pretty fortunate to get out of that last half inning with the game still scoreless.
Yeah, they were able to dodge a bases-loaded situation. That could have gotten out of hand quickly, so maybe they can calm their guy down a bit by getting a couple runs here.
On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, that's where you need to be selective. That was a pitcher's pitch, and now you give that advantage right back.
2-2. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Nick Markakis. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here in the home half of the first in a scoreless ball game. Nick Markakis will get his first shot here with the runner on following the leadoff walk. And this is fouled straight back. Opposite field to left. A dive, but it's off his glove. And the runner holds at second, so they're at first and second now with nobody out. Michael Lee will get his first opportunity here. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. And a slider. Oh, got a favorable call on that one, as that's the first out of the inning.
He's really off to a tough start in this series. Remember, he had the hat trick in Game 1 yesterday, and now he's got another strikeout here. Sometimes when you get in a rut like this, they're not always easy to climb out of.
Number 33 will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. Reyes. Freddie Freeman will get his first opportunity now, and you can see that average pushing up near 350 to start things out. Here's the 2-2 home. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 2 left for Atlanta. We've played an inning. No score. Brian McCann will dig in here to start out the top of the second. 7-8-9 here in a scoreless ball game.
And they'll be looking to make amends for that top of the first where they got the bases loaded but couldn't get anyone home.
All right, Ray. Get back into it.
And that pitch comes over to catch the corner. It's 2-2 now.
And on the mound here, you got to make sure you pitch to the shift. You don't want to make it easier for a guy to go the other way on you.
And he lays off a pitch off the plate and high. 3-2. Juan Lagares, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. Now the shift won't matter here as this is skied out to center field. Drifting under it now is Markakis, and he's got it for the first out.
Batting 8, center fielder,
Juan Lagares will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Well, most scouts rate players' attributes on a 20 to 80 scale, with 80 being considered elite. I'll tell you what, that's an 80 fastball. I don't mean miles per hour. He is bringing it, folks.
Zach Wheeler will take his cuts now. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
He swings at anything. Throw it anywhere.
And he's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
Go, Ray.
And that one is a called strike as he's rebounded to run it full now, 3-2.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Full count pitch on its way. And he misses here, ball 4. And somehow he manages to walk his opposite number. Wow.
Well, he's going to find that hitters in the big leagues are much more patient than they were down at AAA. A strikeout in the minors turns into a walk at this level.
Jose Reyes will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Mets strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second, no score. A.J. Pierzynski will stand in. Couple of hits in that ball game last night. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Here's the 2-2 offering. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Wow, a real sharp break to this thing. It's a slider, and he starts it out over the middle of the plate. Now the hitter thinks he's got something that he can handle, and then this thing just makes a beeline right for his hands. That is a tough pitch.
Andrelton Simmons steps in now. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground is short. Right there is Reyes. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Batting 8, second baseman, Darwin Barney.
Darwin Barney will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. Well hit to right, but foul. Bottom of the second here with no score. Now a swing and an easy ground ball to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. 2 complete. Still scoreless here on the show. Daniel Murphy is ready to go here as we begin the third. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. And now a ball hit fairly well here out to the deep part of left field. Markakis is going to get back, and he'll put this one away on the warning track for the first out.
You know, that's the thing with throwing a fastball as hard as he does. It makes fly balls travel that much farther off the bat. And this thing gets out there a long ways before it finally gets tracked down.
Michael Kadire will dig in now. A dangerous hitter indeed as the National League's reigning batting champion. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
Not only do you not want to lose this guy, you got more trouble right there in the on-deck circle.
Right on that pitch that time as he wraps it into center field, a base hit.
You talk about getting the bat head out front. This is rifled up the middle. Can't square up a baseball any better than that.
Jay Bruce will stand in now, a Silver Slugger recipient for National League outfielders a year ago. Ready on 2-1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Well, this is a good fastball spot for him now, and keep in mind, he's got a big hole on that right side of the infield.
3-1 pitch is a slider, and he can't pull the trigger. It's 3-2 now.
It might not be a bad time to have a look over to first. Make sure they don't have any ideas of trying to send him to keep out of the double play.
Now a swing as he shoots this one over to first. There's one. Back to the pitcher, covering. It's a double play, and the inning is over. One hit's all they get. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0. John Smoltz makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3.
Hey, come on, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Woo-hoo!
And they tie him up in proverbial knots there as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Now, he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Ender Inciarte will stand in for a second time. He drew a base on balls to lead off the home first. Oh, he took a big swing that time as he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And McCann will stay with this one for out number 2.
Yeah, both these two starters are matching each other in the early innings, stride for stride. He's an out away now from a 1-2-3 bottom of the third.
Nick Markakis will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Here's one hit towards the hole. There to get it is right. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Lucas Duda will open the inning here for the Mets, with David Wright following on deck. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball. Two and two now.
And after you move a guy off the plate and you know he's all worked up, that's a perfect time to drop a curveball or a changeup on him. Great pitch call right there.
And now a pitch on the way. Fouled back. Goes the other way as this is lined to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out.
Well, that one looked like for all the world it was a sure single leading off the inning. It was certainly hit hard enough, but evidently it was hit a little too hard as it winds up getting flagged down, and that's just a tough break.
David Wright will come forward now, the starting third baseman on last year's NL All-Star team. The 2-1. Here's a swing, and he saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for route number 2.
You want to see what a good hard slider can do when you get it in on the label? Here you go in show motion. That is effective pitching, let me tell you.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the all-star catcher, Brian McCann. Here comes the 2-1. Line to the right side, but that's a foul ball. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Mets go down 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Michael Lee will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th.
Let's do it, Atlanta!
Here's a shot over the second baseman's head, and that's going to plug the gap. Good for extra bases. Around first, digging for 2 now, and he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
Well, it's never an easy task to have to start an inning by going through the 3, 4, 5 guys. And obviously, no exception here because he drills this ball, and he's going to wind up at second with a leadoff double.
Number 33 will stand in now with a good chance to break the seal here following the leadoff double.
Well, it's a good RBI opportunity, but you've got to remember your first job, which is to at least get that guy over to third base.
Let's do it, Brave! Let's go!
Comes set, now the pitch. And this bounces on McCann, but a good block there as he's able to keep it close. And he misses there for ball 4, so runners are at first and second now with nobody out. Freddie Freeman will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
And now, whatever pitch he feels most comfortable with, that's the pitch he needs to throw right here, because he cannot afford to put this one out of the strike zone.
Take the base on ball.
Fouled straight back. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul.
Here we go now, Brave. Here we go.
And he could only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Kind of hard to think that he wouldn't have had an idea that a fastball might be coming here, but judging by his reaction, I should say lack of reaction, I guess not.
So first and second with 1 man gone, and in steps their catcher, A.J. Pierzynski. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
And he's having a rough go of it so far. His second strikeout of the ball game. You can see him gesturing that he thinks that pitch was outside, but I think once he gets a look at it in the clubhouse, he'll probably change his tune.
Andrelton Simmons will get a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th. Now a swing and a ground ball, and the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. The three of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Juan Lagares will make his way towards the box to lead off the fifth. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
This is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count. And that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Here it comes, 2-1. And he's fallen behind now, 3-1.
You can bet they'd love a ball four here. So that would let this guy have a shot to bunt him over.
And they're going to have a leadoff base runner here as the fastball's lined into left, a base hit. So with the leadoff man on base, time to reach back into the feverish days of the 1980s, where video game baseball meant using your joystick to control three men on a black screen. It's today's version of this date in baseball history. Zach Wheeler will stand in what would appear to be a sacrifice situation here.
Come on, turn the double.
Shows bunt here, but this one misses, ball 3.
And you got a guy up there trying to give you an out, and the last thing you want to do is walk him to put him on base for free.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. The 3-1. And he'll indeed square on 3-1 as he gets this one down. The tag gets one.
Well, this is a nice job here of giving himself up. You see him square and put this ball down over toward the right side of the infield, and that's just where you want it to be. They do put the tag on him, but hey, he gets the job done.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And stepping in is the shortstop, Jose Reyes. In the air, down the left field line and deep. Markakis has to range back, but he'll make the catch near the line, and there are 2 men gone.
Well, we're still looking for that first run of the ball game. Thought for a second this might be it, but it just didn't have enough steam behind it.
Daniel Murphy will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far. Runner staying tight to the bag at second. Here's the pitch. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
100 miles an hour is hard. A high 100, impossible to get on top of.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Short lead from second, now the pitch. Late decision to offer it the changeup as this is bounced to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Mets leave 1. Halfway home, still no score. Darwin Barney will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
And even when he's just laying pitches in there, they still swing right through him.
Here comes the 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A Ball headed for the hole now. Ranging is Reyes, but he's not going to get there. It's a base hit.
Yeah, an ideal setup here with the pitcher on deck. He comes through with a solid single to start things out. Now you give your pitcher a chance to bunt you over and make a productive out.
John Smoltz will try it again. Set down on strikes his first time. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, sometimes you give a power hitter like this a fastball at eye level, and he just can't help himself.
And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. Here he comes again, 1-2. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. Now a ground ball towards the hole. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Ender Inciarte will bat now. He popped out in foul ground last time. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way.
You don't want guys to get too comfortable up there, so that's a good idea to run something in tight.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. The 2-2. Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. Reyes, but 1's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just 1 at second.
Nick Markakis will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. And that'll get down. Extra bases for Markakis. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, this is one of the few mistakes he's made all game long. Not too many guys have made solid contact so far, but he squared that one up pretty well.
Michael Lee will dig in. He doubled his last time. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
One thing this team cannot afford is for him to get hurt early in the season. Luckily, though, looks like he's going to be all right.
Number 33 will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
Oh, that's a tough take, but a good one. The pressure's still squarely on the pitcher out there. He's still got to come in.
Here comes a 2-2. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
You can do it.
And this is going to be a foul ball. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit.
Boy, he's been all right up to this inning, but wheels have really come off the bus now. Gives him a run here on the bases loaded walk, and he's not getting any closer to getting himself out of this mess.
Freddie Freeman will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick, or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
And he goes the other way with a fastball as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. So one swing, and he unloads the bases on that one. And the Braves have now opened up a 5-0 lead.
One pitch. That's all he needed to keep the damage to a minimum and strand the bases loaded. But back to the drawing board after that one. That is gonna hurt.
Well, now here comes the Mets manager, Terry Collins, on his way to the mound. And that is going to be all for Zach Wheeler. So he'll depart here in the 5th after working just 4 2/3, and he's on the hook for the L unless this one turns around. Jonathan Neese is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. A.J. Pierzynski will be the first one to greet him as he'll start fresh here with the bases empty following the home run. And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen. Ran one in there as this is hit on the ground towards second. Throw on to first will finally retire him as the inning will draw to a close. So they put up a big number in the inning as 5 crossed the plate. And this was the biggie here, the grand slam home run. Through 5 innings, it's the Braves 5 and the Mets. Michael Kadire will step forward now to lead things off. And after that last half inning, his guys are going to have some work to do.
Yeah, those 5-run innings are tough to bounce back from, but there's still time. They don't need to panic. They just need to focus on getting a few guys on base here.
Look into Pierzynski, the 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
And they take him out of the zone here, and he obliges. Not the greatest of swings there for the first out.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
1 away now for the Mets in the 6th. And stepping in the dangerous left-handed hitter, Jay Bruce. Now the 1-1. On the ground to second. Oh, a sliding stop. Can he get up and make the play? Yes, he can. Very well done there, and that's the second out. Lucas Duda will dig in. He lined out hard in his last time around. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Down in order go the Mets. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Andrelton Simmons will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far. Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. And this is hit hard to the right side. That's slicing, just foul. Swing and a hot shot toward third. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield. But it's backed up well, so luckily there will be no advance.
Oh, that one sounded great off the bat. That's a good, crisp line drive right here to start the inning, and he'll make it up to second with a leadoff double.
Darwin Barney will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. And this is swung on and sent on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third.
Well, and that's just a really nice job right there. After the leadoff double, I don't care who the next guy is, he has to, at the very least, make a productive out. And that's a good job right there as he gets his man to third, now with just 1 out.
John Smoltz will stand in with a golden chance here to help himself out with a runner at third.
And he knows that this is a definite strikeout situation. So the big key here is, at the very least, find a pitch you can put in play.
Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3.
Well, I think he got the pitch he was looking for right there, but not in the right location. So that's a great job of just holding up the swing.
And there's a called strike at the knees as he was hoping for a base on balls there, but it's a full count now, 3-2. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. Now a ball hit hard towards center. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
Helping his own cause right there, and no need to wait for the RBI guys to drive him in. He says, you know what? I can be an RBI guy too. That's a great at-bat right there, and that drives in a run.
Ender Inciarte will stand in with a run in, 1 out and 1 on here in the inning. Runners on first with 1 down. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. And this is taken in by Reyes for out number 2.
And one thing this kid's going to find out is that everything speeds up at the major league level. Those pitches that you were on top of in AAA, they have a tendency to get on top of you much quicker now. You got to learn to adjust.
Nick Markakis will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. he goes towards second. Pitch inside the throw. And he short-armed the throw a bit as it skips past him at second. And he will make it around as he gets in there at third on what was a terrible throw.
And if you ask me, I'm pretty sure he had second base stolen already. So this is a time where a catcher just maybe needs to take a step back, stick this one in his back pocket. But instead, he tries to put a little something more on that throw, and he winds up firing it right into center field.
Let's go, Nick.
And this will get the run home with ease as that's lined into right center for a base hit.
That's all about picking up your teammate there. The guy before him pops up and can't get the run home, so he's up there saying, hey, don't worry, I got it. He knocks in the 2-out RBI.
Michael Lee will try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Now a half swing here on the pitch inside, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the home plate umpire. Strike two. That look says it all in the third base dugout.
That's not the look of a guy who's going to be sleeping well tonight, is it?
Come on now, let's go.
Now the 1-2. And McCann can't get a glove on that one. It's by him to the backstop. And you can forget about the double play now as the runner moves up to second base.
And this is a spot where you can't be a shortstop here and try to pick the ball. You got to slide that body over and let that chest protector do the job for you. This one winds up a wild pitch.
And this is fouled back and out of play. And this ball is also hit foul and heading for the seats, so we'll have to do it again. Still 2-2. Making him sweat out there. The seventh pitch coming up. And this is fouled straight back.
Put the runs on the board.
Oh, this is hit hard towards second. And the off-balance throw gets him as he takes away a hit, and the side is retired. So 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error in the inning, and 1 man left on. 7th inning coming up. The Braves lead it 7-0. Back here at Turner Field. 7th inning straight ahead with the Braves leading this one, but before we get it started, let's take a look there at the game summary to this point. David Wright will lead it off here in the top of inning number 7. Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2.
Boy, it's one thing for a reliever to come in out of the pen and throw 100 miles an hour for 15 pitches or so. But he's right up there around the century mark now, and he's still throwing hard.
The 2-2 now to Wright. Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game.
You take a look there at the line from our starter. I mean, basically, he's allowed 3 singles so far, and that's it. They haven't been able to mount any real opposition against him so far.
Brian McCann will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Look into Pierzynski, the 1-1. Saw his eyes light up that time, but he swung at a bad one there.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
1 out, nobody on. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Swing and a miss as he starts the frame with back-to-back strikeouts here. 3 in a row going back to the last inning, and there are 2 away. All right, folks, montage alert. Here you get a look at his performance so far. 10 strikeouts for him in the ball game as he continues to just plow right through this lineup one after another. Juan Lagares will stand in here hoping to at least put a ball in play here this inning. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger. Can't imagine guys like that too much.
Yeah, not too much indeed. You start getting into the danger area when it's up and in that high.
Swinging a liner back through the box. And this is knocked down on the mound. And the throw won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Number 65 will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 65.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going.
All right, hey.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. 2 out with the man at first. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. Mets strand 1. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Josh Edgen will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Number 33 will step in. A couple of walks thus far. And this is going to be a foul ball. And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2. This crowd likely in the 40,000 range. They've got to like what they've seen so far.
Oh, and it's been a complete performance. They need to find a way to bottle this up and keep it going.
Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
And this is where, as a pitcher, you've got to approach each inning like it's an entirely new ballgame. If you start dwelling on the deficit you're in right now, the hole that you've already dug yourself into, you're bound to make some more mistakes and just compound the problems. So that was a good start to a new inning right here.
Freddie Freeman will stand in again as we take you back to the 5th inning for the big blow. A grand slam that obviously has been their biggest at-bat of the game thus far. And he lays off this one down and in for ball 2. And the pitch. Ball 3. And this is fouled back and out of play.
Here's the fat one coming, baby.
And this is going to be a foul ball. Oh, and he turns on a fastball here and drives one into deep right center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he's in there easily at second with a one-out double.
Oh, darn near had his second home run of the ball game. You see, this thing bangs off the wall out there. He's into second with a double.
A.J. Pierzynski will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. Runner holding tight at second, now the pitch. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. Third double of the game for these guys as you see the comparison there. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
You know, it's always a danger as an outfielder when you try to make a play like this. You worry about that wrist because sometimes you can get it tucked under when you hit the ground and you can twist it up pretty good or maybe even break it. But here, not only does he come away unhurt, but he also comes away with the baseball.
Andrelton Simmons will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Look into McCann, the 1-1. That's hard hit back up the middle. And that's through into center field, base hit.
Well, if you want to point fingers at who's to blame for this disaster, you're going to need both hands. In the pitching, the batting, the defense, the execution. Just draw a line through this one. This one's been an absolute disaster.
Darwin Barney will stride in, grounded out his last time through. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
And now, 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
A runner on first with 2 away. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Lined into left center. And the Braves just have it working as this is going to be good for extra bases. Around third is Simmons now heading for the plate. And a relay to the plate. And this will not be close and the run will score easily.
Boy, he's just a strike away here from getting out of the inning with just 1 run scoring. But he leaves one in a good spot there. And with 2 outs, that runner from first is moving on contact and he'll come all the way around to score on the double.
John Smoltz will get a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
Attaboy, John.
And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now. No shortage of extra base hits as you see the totals there. Keeping him close there at second. Now the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Bruce is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 8th inning coming up. Atlanta leads it 9-0. Jose Reyes will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Come on, Graves.
And he puts a pretty good jolt into this one, high and deep to center. And the 8th inning begins with a flyout, quickly 1 away.
Yeah, he just keeps rolling right along. Shut out intact as you get a look at his line so far. Through 7 1/3 innings now, they have just not been able to mount any type of offense against him at all.
Daniel Murphy will step in, a ground-out victim his last time. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And a good job here of making him throw a lot of pitches. He probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, so the more you make him work, the better your chances of getting a mistake.
Left field, Markakis is camped under this one, and that's out number 2. There's our line score to this point. You see the Braves leading this one from Turner Field as we play inning number 8. Michael Kadire will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
The 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
Oh, another good pitch there. I'm not sure he's thrown a bad slider tonight. Every one of them has had a ton of movement.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. The 1-2 to Kadire. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. And that's going to be a base hit for Kadire.
This is quickly becoming a situation where you'd like your guy to hit the complete game, but once you get into that 115, 120 range, you have to be concerned.
Jay Bruce will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Lee is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Mets leave 1. They're down 9-0. Dylan G will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Ender Inciarte will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8. Three and 2, here it is. Comes with a slider there as it's lifted down the line in left. Kadire will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 1.
Now, this is a really tough play for a left fielder here, especially when he's moving to his right, because there's almost no foul ground here until that wall comes right up in your face. So just a great job to stay with that play.
Nick Markakis will dig in again. He singled home a run his last time. Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. And this one will be out of play off to the left. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a wall.
For as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Michael Lee will stride in, grounded out his last time through.
Let's keep it going, y'all.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. The throw pulls him off the bag.
Not much more to say here. I mean, this has just been an awful performance from these guys, top to bottom. They can't hit the ball, they can't catch the ball, and they can't throw the ball. Nothing has gone right. They got to be thinking, this one, it can't end soon enough.
Number 33 will stand in now. 0 for 2 with a run batted in thus far. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2.
Yeah, looked like he guessed right on 2-1. That was a good time to swing for the fences.
Come on, let's get a hit.
And this is sent out to Reyes. This could be 2. 1 there, and the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily.
Boy, and this would have been a really costly double play, but fortunately he's hustling all the way down the line, and he's able to beat that throw on the back end.
Freddie Freeman will come up now in yet another big RBI opportunity.
And he's got 4 already, and he's got a chance to make this a game to remember.
The recovery throw will be in time to first. Good job that time of not giving up on the play, and the inning is over. So they pick up no runs, no base hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We've played 8 full. It's the Braves 9 and the Mets nothing. Lucas Duda will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
And, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
Well, these guys sure have been doing a lot of moaning and groaning tonight. He did not like that call at all.
Here he comes on 2-2. And the fastball misses high and away there. It's full 3-2.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Swing and a ball lifted into straightaway center. And not the start they were hoping for as the leadoff man is kept off base to start the ninth. 2 outs away from a victory here that you'd have to say will be a rather convincing one.
You know, Matt, in every phase of the game, hitting, pitching, defense, it all favors the home side here. Top to bottom, they've been the better team.
David Wright will try again. Struck out swinging his last time through. Up high, 2-1 now.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Now the 2-1 pitch. And he's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Late on the fastball there as this one skied out towards straightaway right. Lee in a few steps as he takes it. 2 down.
These guys continue to put up very little resistance out there. He's on his way towards a 5-hit shutout.
Brian McCann will stand in now as their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth.
Yeah, just one final hurdle here before he finishes off the shutout.
Two out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. One thing you can say with certainty, he's really tried to take some ownage on that inside part of the plate.
It's something that you need to learn as a young pitcher. You've got to have that willingness to work inside, or guys at this level will just lean out over the plate and eat you up.
And this will be a called strike 2, and trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight. A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Now a big swing as this is popped up, and I mean way up there toward the right side of the infield. And he will put this one away, and the Braves have claimed the 4th consecutive victory here as this ball game is over.
Well, we've talked about it all throughout this game. He was completely in charge, essentially, from pitch 1. And now he finishes off a masterful performance here, getting the complete game shutout.
One final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Guys, you can't win if you can't score, so there's probably not a whole lot of debate about who'll take home Topps Player of the Game honors in this one.
Yeah, definitely no debate as far as I'm concerned. He was really in complete control the whole way through. Only really got into trouble a few times, and he winds up with a complete game shutout.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Braves are winners here, 9-0. Good night from Atlanta.
The final line score for